This Bitcoin weekend will be very interesting, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, talking about 3 news items, 4 amazing charts, of course some advice for the weekend about Bitcoin, and yes, an inspirational quote to end the video. Now let's quickly jump into those news items. Massive, beautiful news for Bitcoin again, guys. Bam! The first news item is that Meta Planet, you know, that beautiful tech giant from Japan, has now surpassed Tesla in its Bitcoins holding. They just bought another 1,234 Bitcoins, bringing the total amount of Bitcoins to 12,345 Bitcoin, guys. This is all part of their massive 555 million plan, where they want to own 200,000 Bitcoins by the year 2027. So that's in 3 years time. They want to accumulate 200,000 Bitcoins, guys. That's Meta Planet. The United States also wants to accumulate 200,000 Bitcoins. Probably MicroStrategy also wants to accumulate another 200,000 Bitcoins. You know, there's only 260,000 Bitcoins mined each year until the year 2028, guys. So this demand is ridiculous if we look to the new minted supply. There is not so much supply, but the demand is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. More countries, more companies, maybe more institutional investors, maybe even more retail people. I hope more retail people to keep it a little bit decentralized. But Meta Planet surpassed Tesla now already. They just started. Tesla already started a couple of years ago. That is how much Meta Planet is believing in a strategic Bitcoin reserve, guys. Please keep an eye on this company. The second news item is from the United States. You know, Trump's crypto czar, David, he is now announcing, hey, the full crypto groundwork, everything will be ready in September. End of September, that full crypto market structure will be finished by the end of September, meaning from the end of September, the United States officially will be able to start buying that 200,000 Bitcoins that they want to buy each year the next 5 years. They want to own 1 million Bitcoins and buy 200,000 Bitcoins each year the next 5 years. But the crypto market structure needs to be ready before they can start with it. And it is now announced that that is ready in the end of September. That's exactly when the bull market top will be there. Maybe another massive push then, just because of that news. So maybe the top will be in the end of December. Because if the United States will start to buy their 200,000 Bitcoins towards that moment, we get another push. But maybe, you know, because of all the bombings everywhere in Iran and maybe Israel, maybe they confiscate the 200 and 300,000 Bitcoins that each of those countries is owning already. Maybe the war is about Bitcoin. We don't know. I do think so, but maybe I'm just a strange person that thinks really different about the world than many other people, guys. That's the second news item, so yes, very positive for the United States. The third news item, guys, is that the Bitcoin hashing rate is closing into 1 zeta hashes. This is the strongest asset protected by the most computing power ever. This is not protected by centralized entities. Bitcoin is protected by hashes, and that hashing power is closing into 1 zeta hashes. This is the strongest, most reliable and trustable computer network that ever existed, guys. That is Bitcoin. 1 zeta hashes. There has never been a computer network like the blockchain of Bitcoin that is this widely accepted and this widely pushed because of miners. 1 zeta hashes, new record for Bitcoin coming soon, guys. Now then we have one more news item, and that is that I joined Ollie, Olympus Insight, an educational platform, as an ambassador and an equity holder. Why? Because I'm slowly shifting more and more of my content creation into educational content. It's beautiful to talk about trading, but it's even more beautiful to talk about how you can be educated in trading, educated in living the life different, educated in all the tools that schools are not educating you in. That is why we took the kids out of school because the old-fashioned schools are still preparing the kids for the past. We want to prepare the kids for the future, but even during the last 9 years of traveling, we were missing the platforms that would help our children be educated for the future, be prepared for the future. And that is why I started Didi Bam Bam. That's one of my own platforms that I'm creating a lot of content and lessons, etc., to be educated in tax, Bitcoin, trading, lifestyles, etc. But this new company, Olympus Insight, that I now became an equity holder of, I'm gonna go and push even more content there as well. And hopefully we can even move the Bam Bam content slowly also into that same platform, because I believe that new platform is completely AI. It's already a downloadable app in the App Store, etc. You can see the links down below my video. There will be more education there than only the crypto education. So that is why I became an ambassador, because I just want to push more education into this industry, guys. It's not only about making money. It is about preparing the people for this new future. And we can only prepare those people for this new future through education. That's why Nelson Mandela once said, education is the most powerful tool to change the world. And my main reason for being in this industry is to change the world. I want to change the world into a freedom world for my children. I don't want to leave behind a social credit system world for my kids. I want freedom, peaceful anarchy. I want that for my kids' future. And the only way to reach that probably is through the strongest tool to use, education. That is why I'm investing so much time and so much money in these educational platforms. Go check them out and you will understand why I love that project, guys. There were all the news items. Now let's quickly jump into the charts to show you what is happening to Bitcoin today. Use my special link down below here to sign up to Bybit and claim your amazing bonus up to 30,000 US dollar. You will receive $30 for just signing up. Use my link down below and click it now. We have the first chart, guys. Amazing 4-hour chart. Yesterday's video I told you we need to break that blue dotted line. We didn't break it. We found resistance. Exactly at that dotted line that I told you, we found resistance. I can zoom in so you can see it, but look, exactly those wicks into that blue line, that was the resistance, guy. Now, I also told you yesterday, if we find resistance, we need to keep the dip above that green line 104,000. If we fall down below this green line, then believe me, we'll search again for that next green line, which is 97,000 US dollar. Maybe even lower to 94,000 US dollar. That is how important this $104,000 line is at the moment. We need to keep support there. Maybe this is a fake off. Maybe we will fake out. Maybe we'll go into the weekend and break it and then make that move that expected, because I do believe this weekend is going to be a very bullish weekend because of all of the news, but also because of all the charts. If you zoom into the longer term charts, and it is maybe going to be a very positive end of June to close the monthly chart really as a positive bullish chart, and it's going to close in a couple of days, but we'll do that video on Monday. But for me now, short term, support needs to be given on 104,000. If we fall back, that should be the support area. If we break that, I will probably make an emergency video that we could fall back down to below 97k, guys. Now, if we look into the chart, why did we go to those levels? To scoop up the liquidity. Now, there is one thing we can do, go higher, scoop up more liquidity over there, this blue area. If not, then it wants to scoop up this liquidity, but that is between 90 and 94,000 US dollar. I don't want to go there. I don't want to break the 104,000, and I definitely don't want to break the 100k level. So for me, to stay bullish, we really need to zoom out and see that we go and hunt for these levels to 115,000 US dollar. But something is suppressing the Bitcoin price to break out. And I think it's very important, because whenever there's a downward trend line like this one, we need to break out. We need to break out. We need to break that trend line to set a new trend. That's how simple it works, guys. Is there any other charts that I want to share with you? Yes, of course. Then I have, for example, this chart. This chart is showing us that we have a bullish engulfing candle at the moment. And And this bullish engulfing, that means, I just pasted the tag there so you understand what a bullish engulfing is. The pattern in a 2-candle reversal pattern, the second candle completely engulfs the real body of the first one, without regard of the length of the tail shadows. I will paste another image over here that you can see also how that looks normally. But this over here, this green candle, this fully engulfs the real body of that red candle before. Look, the green is at the same level and the whole candle fits in here. This is a bullish engulfing. And that's mostly a confirmed break of structure with a positive follow through where we go higher and higher and higher. These patterns we see very often in Bitcoin, and mostly we go up a lot after this, guys. Now let's take a look, for example. These were all the bullish engulfing patterns that we could find in the last couple of months, guys. Just check it as 1 day chart, so every candle is 1 day. Here we went up, here we went up, here we went up, here we went up, this one we went up, this one we went up, this one we went down. There was not a positive follow-up after a bullish engulfing candle. Up, up, down, up, up. So just count the amount of times we went bullish instead of bearish. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times from the 12 times we had a bullish move after that bullish engulfing pattern, guys. That just happened again. I believe we should be going up, but like I said, we need to break that downward trend line. Here you can see also very clearly that there is a downward trend line. We need to break that to follow up the bullish engulfing and make a new higher high. And then again a new higher low. And then again a new higher high. That's what should be happening. That was also the last chart for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed them. Let's now go into the next part. I hope you really enjoyed those charts, guys. Don't forget, if you want to sign up to all these exchanges, use the links down below. Bybit is my preferred exchange. If you do a centralized KYC regulated exchange, Bybit is your thing. Bybit is the best choice. If you want to do non-KYC, then go to Blowfin. That's the second choice. If you want to be completely anonymous and being able to trade, then use Apex Omni, guys. That's my third choice. Use these exchanges. Use the links down below. Now, short term, again, a shadow of volatility. I can see the liquidations happening on both sides, long and short, which means it's a perfect market for all the traders because they need a volatile market. Long term, keep zooming out. Keep zooming out. With all this news, and now even the United States being able to start buying Bitcoin towards the end of September, I can see a bull market top around 160K in October. Maybe we go even to 200K. Let us all be happy if we reach 200K. But my target still is 160K. Maybe I'm too cautious, maybe I am, but I don't care. I want to play it safe. I'm buying near the bear market bottom and I'm selling throughout near the top. And that's how you should do it as well. If you want to learn more about that, then join the Didi Bam Bam VIPs, guys. We have a gold, we have a silver, and we have a bronze group. If you join us, you get educated on all these things, guys. Now, that were the charts. Let's jump into the last part. The very powerful inspirational quote for today is, freedom is never voluntarily given by its oppressor. It needs to be demanded by the oppressed. That's simple as that. We can't sit back and lean back and just enjoy being oppressed and hope that freedom will be given to us by the oppressor. This will never happen. And for me, the oppressor is any centralized government, is any centralized bank, is any centralized entity that is fighting against our freedom. Those are the oppressors. We are the oppressed. We can't sit back and wait for them. That's why I'm in this industry of blockchain and Bitcoin. I want to decentralize the world. I want to take away the power from those oppressors and give it to the oppressed. That is why we have the blockchain. That is why peaceful anarchy is now a political idea that's really possible, because now we can vote and do proposals in an anonymous way on a system that can't be rigged on the blockchain. For me, too many people are still supporting the oppressors, even in the crypto industry, even among all my influencer friends who I really respect for what they're doing, who I really support for what they're doing. But I know that a lot of those YouTube influencers, a lot of those Twitter influencers have a shitload of bank accounts. And by owning those bank accounts, and by owning debts, and by owning that real estate, they are still supporting the oppressor. The only way to stop supporting the oppressor is to withdraw all your funds into that new system of the oppressed. And that new system that the oppressed have is Bitcoin. That is our freedom gateway. And we need to collectively understand that, and also all the influencers out there, that they should stop supporting those banks by depositing money onto them or by using them to have great debt. That is not the way that we should lead by example as Bitcoin influencers. In my opinion, each and every Bitcoin influencer should lead by example by really living the Bitcoin standard. Fuck that bank account, we don't need it anymore. We have our Bitcoin debit cards, we have many other ways to spend our Bitcoins. There's more and more countries that are supporting Bitcoin where you can spend your Bitcoins directly on whatever you want. Why would you still use those bank accounts? That is my question, but also my remark to the crypto industry. I think it's time to set us, but also our followers, free from the oppressor. And for me, the oppressor is still the government and the central banks, guys. That was the inspirational quote for today. I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm going to wish you an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend. I won't be online in the weekend because I have a lot of fun things to do. So I'm going to focus on zooming in on live this weekend again with my family, guys. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. What would you like to see different in the videos? What did you think about the news, the charts, and everything else that I talked about today? And let me know down below. Thank you for watching and see you next time again. Bam.